Two. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. The Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you, I had your life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me, but that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name, now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas, not knowing that them handcuffs custom made to fit. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gon' be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head'll make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap, I thank the Lord for the day I was on 8th Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Found the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Isupk until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jam. Shit, I needed help. But Swan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Had me crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie, pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Then God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I
Shalom Israel, with Isupk, start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Command of Journey Hana 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12th tribe of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. If you're not an Isupk under Command of Journey Hana, you're not in the truth. This is Friday night Lashawan Qadash class out of South Carolina, up here in Simpsonville, Greenville area. Officer Qadash part teaching the class. And we're going to go over some, just some simplicity of how to identify some of our characters a little better. You know, we're glad to be back online here. Technical difficulties. But if you guys can hear me in the chat, I know you can see me, but if you can hear me, if everything's too wild, put a 1 in the chat. You know, to make sure if you can. Who's in the chat? Whoever's in the chat. I think it's like Duan. Shar and I think Officer Makla. But in Hebrew, reads from right to left. It always has. It always has. We got in captivity, we still read it from right to left. And of course, here's our Hebrew chart. Lashawan Qadash is the holy tongue. That's what it is. That's what people need to understand. It's the holy tongue. It's our original holy tongue. Of course, we were in captivity and we picked up another. We kept the same tongue, but we picked up more characters here because they made us speak, they made us talk, they made us write the characters in the way they want them. That's just where they could, and in the way they did it. The Syrian Hebrew language is parallel with the Paleo Hebrew language. Okay, let's see who else we have joining the class here. We have Radazak. Y'all put in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. If y'all can hear and see me okay, you know, especially the hearing part. Make sure you type a 1 in the chat there for us so I can know, okay? Type a 1. But the, I guess you guys, let's see. Good, Radazak says 1, good. I appreciate that, Radazak. Trooper Radazak, man. Hey, listen. Yeah, it's in the chat, okay. And we're going to start off, we're going to let you know, we're going to show you a few things in Hebrew, how we can, you know, help you identify the characters a little better. And the best identification of any identification of the Hebrew characters or any language, anything, is you learn its alphabet or its characters. You learn this chart. I'm just going to show you. And Hebrew has 22 characters, man. Remember we went over that, 22 characters, and it has 5 extra characters when you get to the Syrian. It has 22 also. But that makes it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, 27. You'll have in the Syrian, I don't like to say 27. They're both 22 characters. But the ending characters in the Hebrew, Assyrian, when we were in captivity by these heathens, man, the Assyrians, you know, Daniel's days, and the lion's den and all that, that's this same Syrian. So they have ending characters that occur at the end of the words, you know. We'll get into some of that also. So, you know, get your pencil and paper out, keep notes. That's where we try to do it up in here. And participate in class, and we'll show you, we'll go over a few things. If you guys remember in the chat before we go, how many vowels are there in Hebrew? Type in the chat. We're going to tax on your memory for a second. How many vowels are really in Hebrew, in the Hebrew language? How many vowels are there? I mean, you know, they're sitting right in front of you on the board. You guys go online, you know, you look at your Hebrew chart. How many vowels are there? Give you guys about 15 seconds to go over that. I try to do it sort of be so when you do this every day, somebody's already got an answer there. Let's see. Radazak said 2. Clap it up for a brother. Exactly right. There's 2 vowels in the Hebrew language, and I know other people know that. Okay, clap it up. Just participate. Dewan, you know, and everybody else participate also. But there are 2 characters, and what are those characters? Type it up in the chat. Y'all remember? Type those characters up. What are those characters? Type them up in the chat. What are those characters in the Hebrew language that we go over? There's only 2, so what are they? You know, there's you know, even if you don't know the symbol, matter of fact, I'll give you the symbol. You tell me what. Let's see. Let's see. Let's Radazak, you got it. The ah and Radazak. You're exactly right, but put an H on that ah so you make sure you get the full sound. You get a sound, you get like this. Salaki. Ah, like that, and I, like that. You know what I'm saying? Just put that H on there so you'll have the full sound. You know, because A by itself just be A. And of course in Hebrew, and when we're doing something like that, we have a the I looks like this. Looks like an O in paleo. And then the ah looks like this in paleo. Okay? Like that. All right. Now, of course, let's see. Who else we got? Somebody in the chat. Right. Kind. Okay, good. Appreciate that, Radazak. Let's see. Just show you how, as other people join in the chat, you guys make sure y'all participate. Okay. And of course, in we're gonna that's in Paleo Hebrew. Now let's write the two vowels, what they are in Assyrian. Let's see, where's my crayons here? In Assyrian, it will look like this. The I will look like this. Like that. Sort of like that. Okay? And it would also look like this. That's what the A looks like in Assyrian. So you guys just, keep that in your notes right there real quick. All right, now we're going to go over, give me 1 second here, just want to make sure I got something to work with here. All right, the ah and the I, exactly right. And the Hebrew characters that occur at the end. And the reason why I want to go over these is because people need to understand when I use them in some words, you'll be able to identify them. But the Hebrew characters and the vowel sounds right here, man, the ah and the I, that's what they are, the vowels, okay? It's almost like when you say A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y, that's what these are in Hebrew. Ah. They scream out and they say, ah, man. That's what it is. Of course, I write them in the Assyrian and Paleo, so you'll understand them, right? So you'll understand them, okay? Now, also, I guess we got that, so we can erase that off the board here with it. Let's see. Get that eraser here. There we go. Now, let's go over something else here. The ending characters, let's see. There's two vowels, so we can erase that off the board here. We can get rid of that real quick here off the board. Okay? We don't need that. All right? Let's get rid of that real quick. All right. Now let's do, let's find out in our Hebrew, let's do, we got the vowels. The ending characters, because let's see who else we got checking in class here. Glad we got Pagabawa. Checking in from Centerville, Virginia. Pagabawa. Glad to have you here, bro. All right? Appreciate that. Not sure if you're an officer or not, but if you are, stated. Pagabawa. Glad to have you in class, okay? Who else we have here? Shasham, Magan, Alawap, Kwabal, Amaf. Let's clap it up. Alawap Panya. How about Shemi Haushai? Brakata. We have our Kubal, our general, Kubal Amaf, Shasha, that's a six-shield general. He's looking in on our class, so you guys make sure you pay attention, okay? All right? I have a general on deck. We have trooper. Okay, good. And we have our general on deck. Good. And this is what we're going to show you here. Let's get into the class a little even more. We're gonna show you, when we're doing words, we're gonna show you how to identify a few of our words here, so you'll understand, you know. So I want you guys to kind of see, just see, and also in Hebrew, you have, before we go on further, before we do that, let's try this. In Hebrew, we have connectors. In the Paleo Hebrew. Okay? Paleo Hebrew, we have what you call connectors. And what do I mean when I say that? If I put out a word like aratazah, let's say. Aratazah. Aratazah. Does anybody in the chat know what that means? You know, it's going to mean the earth. We'll go ahead and give that one to you, okay? So lock it to the men above me. It means the earth. Or aratazah. Okay? Of course, if you said ba'aratazah, you'll say in earth. You know, if you said ba, you put a preposition before. But we're just going to leave it a clean word. Aratazah. So let's just demonstrate how the connectors work. You know, before we get into the identify the Hebrew words here, let's get into some connectors here. So let's get into the connectors and how these words, how the words work. So let's spell aratazah out in Hebrew. Remember? So let's do it in Paleo first, because that's what we want to deal with when we're dealing with the Hebrew connectors. And Hebrew connectors have, we're going to show you the two types of connectors that we have before we get into the Assyrian. So we have, that's an there, okay? That's this spelling, what you just said. Matter of fact, it starts off with a vowel, remember? The vowel, okay? Then we have ra, okay? Ra looks like that. That's what the ra looks like. In Paleo Hebrew. In other words, in the Paleo Hebrew, right, just like that. In the Paleo Hebrew, we're going to show you how to use our connectors. From week to week we show, you know. Let's see what else we have in the chat here tonight. Okay? Okay. Ancient. Kanu Khan, sir. Our general said, he's correcting me. He said it's the ancient Hebrew. In other words, Paleo would be, you know, we can say, instead of saying Paleo, we'll say, a general is correcting me, so we'll do this. He says the ancient Hebrew, and he's correct. Ancient. It's the ancient Hebrew. I mean, it's old, man. That's old. You know, you can't get no older than that. That's ancient, and that's what he's correct. Exactly right, sir. Khan, sir. So ara, and then you have a tazah. You have a tazah. Like that. Okay? That, a little long there. Something like that, okay? Try to make this as perfect as I can. Let's see, just lock it a second. As you guys make sure you take notes. Have a Shah in class. One of our troopers we always bring down here all the time. Brother's doing well in school. So, aratazah, the earth, you know, the round circle is different from the word world. Or world, it's earth, the earth. But this word right here, aratazah, aratazah, and we're gonna do that. And so when you wanna sound out to make things sound out better in Hebrew, you use what we call so you can understand how the word sounds. Like we say, well, how do you know that's not aratazah? So you want to make sure you sound it out in the correct enunciation. So when you pronounce the words, when you enunciate your words, these paleo connectors, we have one that looks like this. Independent sound. That's what you want. You want an independent sound. You know, ah, like that. And that's what that is. This little upside down U right there represents that I want to sound this ah by itself. Ah, by itself. You know, it's independent, so we call that an independent connector. Okay? Independent connector. All right? That's what this little upside down represents. So when you see this little ah, like a sideways A, when you investigate the chart, that would be this one way over here. Ah. Okay? So that's what we're doing so far. So when we say, before we get into the Assyrian, we're showing you what connectors are and how they work. We've investigated, we went over the characters, we went over the vowels. You know, there's 22 characters and then 5 extra characters in the Assyrian. So, but in the ancient Hebrew that the Most High gave us, our holy tongue, Lashawan, Qadash, the ah looks like this. And we have a connector, ah, just like that. Then you have ra. That's independently sound. Of course, there's some variations from teacher to teacher when people say it, but it's you know, this is the way I say it. Unless somebody corrects me. It's ah, ra, and then you have taza, independent connector. So far we have independent connectors across the board on this. Ah, ra, taza. Let's see. What else we have in the chat over here? Trooper Kazamar, glad to have you in. One of our troopers from Columbia, South Carolina. Okay? Arataza, okay? And that's how those words will sound out in the independent connectors, okay? So let's get the paleo here. Let's just move this right here a little bit. Okay? All right. And let's use another word here so we can demonstrate some more understanding of the connectors. And we have another connector called, what did I say, independent connectors. And then we have one called a dependent connector. Dependent. Why do I say dependent connector? Okay? Because dependent connector is going to depend on another sound, one of these characters. So we're going to put those sounds together. Okay? That's what we want to do. So let's use a word like, let's see. Let's see if I can find, let's see one that, let's use, I think we have Lacom. As a matter of fact, we have a word called ancient, Zaquan. We call it, let's call it Zaquan. I think it's spelled like that. Well, let's look in our notes and find out then. Let's make sure. Yeah. Right. Zaquan, yes, Q. Slok. Q-A-N. Okay? That word means ancient. Just like the general said, when it comes to earth, the paleo, you want to say ancient. Like that. So that's what the word means, ancient. Okay? Right here. All right? Let's lock it there, so let's get this. Okay. So when you spell Zaquan, you know, here, you spell the word Zaquan. Let's just use another color here. Let's just use another color. In the ancient Hebrew, let's see, let's use green. In ancient Hebrew, it's spelled just like this. Za. Let's just move this out the way here a little bit. Okay? Za, that's this sound right here. That's an actual sound. All right? You have za by itself. Right here. That's za. Okay? Zaquan. Okay? All right? So, za. All right? Looks like that. And then you have qua. It's a Q sound. Like our General Quabal. He would use this right here. That Q. Okay? That's right here. Qua. You notice, because you got to pick up all your vowels, and your vowels in these words here. Za, qua. And you have an N. An N looks like this. Almost like an upside down N with a little hook on it. So like a glorified Y there, I guess you can call it. So you have an N right here, this little na right there, if you can see it on the board. Sometimes it's just a little hard to see, but I tried to focus in as best we could, okay? So Zaquan, ancient. Let's make sure here we got here. True because, yeah, good. Okay? Zaquan, okay, which means ancient. Ancient is very old, ancestral, like old. I mean, you know, when the Bible says the Ancient of Days, what do you think it's talking about? You know, the Most High is the Ancient of Days. You can't get no ancient than that. So you would say, Zaquan, he's ancient. Okay, but in this word right here, we're going to exercise the dependent connectors. So let's say we're going to exercise dependent and independent connectors, of course. If we have some, we'll see. Dependent connectors. Okay? So the dependent connector looks like this, just like a U. Like that. Because what you want to do is join two sounds together. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to say za. Let's use the black pen so we can differentiate here a little bit. Za. Okay? Just like that. Za. Just like that. Za. Now the za is an independent connector. Let's go with that. Independent. Za. And that looks like an upside down U. And I'm taking the time to do this because you need to understand when you see these connectors in the ancient Hebrew, you'll understand. Because in the chart, when you see all this top line here represents the ancient Hebrew language. And they have connectors to help you to enunciate or pronounce the word more properly or with better understanding. Okay? We can do better with this little Q right there. Let's go like that. Okay? All right? Put like that a little bit. Okay? All right. So, but now the next sound right here, what we want to do is bring all of this. We want to bring these two characters, the qua and the na, together. Like when you say za, you want to say independent sound. All you hear is just one sound. Za. Right? But when you hear qua, you hear an N. We want to join the qua and the N together. So we say za, then quan. Quan. Like that. So how do we do that? We do that by taking this dependent character, this dependent connector here, that right there, that symbol, and doing this. putting that little U under it. So when you join the U between these two, now you have a word, now you have a sound in this word, now you have joined the Q and the A-N together. Ancient, Zaquan. That's how it's done, right? So let's reiterate. That means let's go over it again. Zaquan means ancient, but we got to make sure we put an independent or dependent connector when we talk about the ancient Hebrew, okay? So we say za right here. I mean, you know, it carries the so you don't say za'aqwa'a, we say za because that's what it is. So over here, it's got a ZA. All of those have vowels on them. It's either a or an I. Okay? Za Quan. So we say, well, you know it's going to have connectors to them. It's got to. Okay? So those connectors are za and Quan. So we're going to do za for the za, and then for the qua, we're going to say, we want all that to sound together, so we put a dependent connector. And that's a U, and that's Quan. That's where we get that from, okay? So hope you guys understand that, and then we'll, if you don't, type it in the chat. We'll clear it up even further, okay? Because we want you to understand that a little better. All right? Let that one stay up there just for a second. All right. Now we get into some other identification of Hebrew characters. That's what we want to get into now. But now that you understand, as a matter of fact, let's do this one in the, since we got that demonstration up there, let's do this one in the Assyrian Hebrew. Let's do this word here in Assyrian Hebrew. Because, you know, that helps us. Let's see. We're going to say a Z like that. You see it over here. Right there. That's what a Z looks like in the Assyrian Hebrew. That Hebrew of captivity. When we're in captivity, you know. That za. That's a za. Okay? And of course, we want to put a qua. So we want to say like that. Like that. Y'all with me so far? I mean, I'm drawing these as best I can because, you know, the chart has them. Let's do, I think it looks more like this. Like that. Okay? So what I'm doing here is drawing, this is the ancient, and this is the Syrian right here. Okay? Look, a second. Okay. See a few people join class there. Appreciate that. You know, you guys see, understand so far. You know, so we got the ancient Zaquan. And we're going to write this out in Assyrian. The Za looks like that. Now, it's not going to need connectors. You're not going to need connectors in the Assyrian. Only the Most High gave us the connectors in the ancient. He didn't give it to us in the Assyrian. Okay? So, this is what we got. I mean, you know, our oppressors, you know, they just made us write whatever symbols. You know. But what we do have in Assyrian is the ending characters. So let's write that out. Ending characters. Okay? The ending characters. You know, there are 5 of them. Right here. You're going to see you're going to have a ka. You're going to have a ma. You're going to have a na. You're going to have a pa and a taza. There are 5 ending characters in the Assyrian language while we were in captivity. That's what they made us have. So they got, basically 27. So, that's like water there. Okay? Now, in the Assyrian Hebrew, most people would go and they would try to put like this in there. Okay? Like that. Because that is an in the Assyrian. But that's not the one we want. Okay? We don't want that one. We want what you call in the Assyrian, we want the ending character for the Assyrian. So that ending character will be right here. Go across the board. It's going to be right there. We can pick it up right there. Right there. See right up under there? So when you're using at the end of a word, in this case, na, zakwan, there is that in right there. As a matter of fact, let's write it. We'll leave it like that. Well, as a matter of fact, I'll put it in there like that. Okay, that in represents in the ending characters. You can't leave this in like here like that, because when you read it, when we read in our Sabbath services, when you read it, if you would never see that. You would see an ending character that represents. It's called why? Because it occurs at the end of the word right here. Quan. Okay. So let's write that in there. Let's go ahead and put what it should be. Let's go ahead and put what it should be. It's going to look like this. Sort of like that. Okay? And but an in Assyrian, looks like this, but it doesn't occur. It doesn't occur at the end. Of course, Hebrew is written, like I said, from right to left. Hebrew is written from right to left. It's written from right to left. So when you write Hebrew from right to left, then it's right here. Sa, qua, and then over to the left, the last one will be this in. You got to replace this in with that in. Okay? And there'll be 5 instances, and we're going to get into them when we do some more identification of Hebrew words. The ending character, the nature of the word itself, in Assyrian, not in the ancient, because ancient don't have the independent connectors. So we're going to say zakwan. So we don't need this in right here. We don't need that one. Okay. Well, we don't need that one. But we need this right here. That ending character. Okay? We'll get into a few more words and we'll demonstrate it a little bit further, and we'll get you guys to see how well you remember the chart from week to week. Try to make it so people see who else we got in this trooper. Okay, good. We'll see if you guys remember some of these words. Lock you for a second. Lock. Okay? All right. Now let's do, we'll work on some of these. The board here is a little stiff today. Let's lock you for that. Okay? Now let's work on some other words, some other understanding in Hebrew. I'm gonna put down some words for you in Hebrew, and we're gonna spell them out. Right now, I have them in Assyrian. We can also translate them in ancient Hebrew. Okay. So we say a word like father. You know, in Hebrew, word like fathers, Abba. Okay? Abba. I think that's right. Oops. Oh, I got that spell wrong. Lock it. Okay? So when you're using a word like that, I wanna see if you guys can tell the difference. I'll put a word here. Let me see. Let me see what I'll do here. I'll put it in green over here. One word, one way to spell it. Okay? All right? And then I'll put it right in black, another way of spelling it, and I want you guys to tell me which one is it, which one is correct. You know, tell me. We'll put it over here. Let's put it over here on this side. Okay? In the chat, y'all type it up. Okay, we'll give you guys a few seconds. Everybody's participating, okay? Everybody online, it's locked to the men over me, of course. Right. Okay? So, we have the word father, you know, like Abba, you know, like father, you know. Like, you cry Abba, Father, like the Most High. You know, but if I'm writing out two ways of spelling that. Which one is correct is one. One is false and one is correct. So, but you gotta recognize your characters, man. You know, you just don't. I mean, that's kind of. I like to do that sometimes, so people can. Cause we don't need no connectors, and this particular word is not any characters necessarily. So type it up in the chat, man. Which one is correct? The one in green or the one in black for the spelling? Give you guys a chance. A few more seconds there, okay? Which one is correct? Matter of fact, let me move out of the way. And everybody participate. It's not a right or wrong thing. I want you to help to learn how to identify the characters. It helps you, because when you do it in your own memory, you can do it. It's your own memory has it better. You serve yourself better with your own memory by participating instead of having me just throw everything on the board. You know, as best I could. So which one is right? When you say Abba and the Assyrian. Give you guys a chance there. Which one is right? This one? The one in green? Just type, you know, G or B, or green or black, either one. Which one? One of these is correct. So which one do you think? You know, before we move to the ancient Hebrew. This is the Assyrian, okay? Which one? In the Assyrian language. As a matter of fact, let me write it down there. Assyrian language. Okay? Give you guys a few more seconds. See what you got. See what we got in Curse. Pagabawa. Trooper. We got some troopers up in there. Aisha. Kazamar. Rakazah. So say, listen. So which ones? So y'all participate. You know. Of course, we're blessed to have General Kabalamoth. 6 shills, shasha. That's what that means, okay? Shashalawat. We're blessed to have him in the chat, so y'all participate, you know? Okay? In the Assyrian, which one of these spellings is correct? The one in the green or the one in the black? Give you guys 15 more seconds, okay? Pick one. I mean, you got a 50-50 chance of getting it right anyway. And it's for your admonition, so you can help to know how to recognize Hebrew characters. And of course, we'll correct it here, right on the board. Okay? 10 more seconds. Nah, just take a little bit more time, okay? What I'm trying to get, one of these is the spelling for the word Abba, which is father, okay? Which one? Which one is correct? You got one in green here, or the one in black. Well, in this case, well, I don't want to say right or left, that's misconstrue something there, okay? All right? Give you a few more seconds there. Okay. So you guys got your coffee. I know it's Friday night. Let's see. See who somebody's written something in there. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Let's see. We got somebody up in there writing something up in here. Trooper Kazamar says one in black. All right. Let's see. We're gonna wait a few more seconds then, because he's got an answer here. Let's see, y'all. You know, y'all either agree with him or, you know, participate in class. Agree with him or just say no. You know, say no. It's the other one. It's either green or black. It's one of those spellings in the ancient Kazamar. He's got an answer. I appreciate that. You know, it's for, like I said, it's for your understanding, for your admonition. So you guys participate in class, okay? Give you 10 more seconds, okay? Because I spent a lot of time on this. Just want to make sure you guys understand, because that's the whole concept of the class. To so you'll see how to differentiate spellings and words, how they look, you know, because all you got to do is use a chart. But I mean, you know, sometimes people get things misconstrued. So let's go over here. Let's clap it up for Kazamar, okay? The Kaz. Let's clap it up for him, even in the chat if you need to. Flock to the men over. You put this in the Kaz recognized one thing here. This is what he'll recognize. He recognized that this is an ah, that's an ah. He recognizes that. And he also recognizes this is a ba, that's a b, not that. You know, matter of fact, over there, I kind of picked that up. I kind of do things just to throw you off a little bit. You know, that's just a little. You know, when you go Abadaga, it's a in the Assyrian it would be a ra right here. So I just threw that one in there just so you can see. So Kazamar got it right. He's right. So this is like a ra right here. That's a ra. But this is a ba. So you'll know. And of course these both are ah. They're ah. Okay, so let's go to another word here. Just trying to help you identify what these look like. Okay? All right, so let's go to another one real quick here. Let's go to, see, we may have put some with ending characters up in here. Let's go to a word. You can have a favorite word. Let's go to one, Qadash, which means, let's see, Qua, okay, Qadash, in Hebrew. in the Assyrian Hebrew, of course. We're gonna do it in the Assyrian, just to help you out to exercise some of your. Maybe we may even do one of these in the ancient also. Okay. Matter of fact, we will. I think we will. Okay. Qadash. So let's find out. So to spell that word out, let's just look at it. Let's look at it like this. Let's see which one of these is correct. Okay. Let's see. Let's just see which one is correct. Okay. All right. And then let's see. Let's do this one here. Just try to. I don't write them in any order or nothing. I just kind of like just write them the way I want to write them, so you guys can understand them. Okay. All right. So in the Assyrian language, there again, we have a word called Qadash here. In the Assyrian, we'll write that in the ancient here in a second here. See if I can make one up for that. All the troopers in class, and of course, anybody else who want to participate, of course, slack to the men above me. Which one of these? Which one of these is the correct spelling? The one in black or the one in green? Which one is the correct spelling for the word Qadash? And of course, in your understanding, you have to. You'd have to, from week to week, go over that chart. That's why I'm giving you this. It's sort of like a quiz, a virtual class where we're having like a quiz. So you'll see how things are spelled and how to differentiate. This one week I had some of the characters so close together to show you the differences in them, because there are a lot of characters that look just alike, like the ka, the tha, what else? That's the ha. In Assyrian, they look just alike, but there are some differences in them. We'll show you that one here in a second here, okay? But so far, let's see which one we got. We're in black here. We're at Qadash, which means, I forgot to write what it was. Qadash means holy. Because hence the class, Lashawan Qadash, holy tongue. So the word Qadash means holy. So which one of these spellings in Assyrian? Because we go week after week, we pick out things and we try to find out which one. Like I said, it's not about being right or wrong. Of course, there's a right or wrong answer, but it's not about being right or wrong. Well, all we're doing here is just trying so you can see that, oh man, there's a difference here. That means you're testing your vocabulary recognition, your character recognition in the vocabulary words. That's all I'm doing. So over here we say abagada hawazakata yakala manasa ipa taza parashata. That's the English for all of these symbols up here. No symbols or characters. Okay, in the Hebrew. In this case, that's the ancient Hebrew. But the Assyrian Hebrew sounds just alike. It sounds just like it. They just have a different character formation for them, and that's what we're doing. So you can recognize in the Hebrew character recognition. Okay, we give you guys a few more seconds here. All right. Few more seconds. Don't be shy. Just go ahead and participate. Which one of these spellings? You're going to be the one in the green in the Assyrian Hebrew or the one in the black? One of those are right, correct. You tell me. Tell me which one it is. All right? Which one do you think it is? That's just give you a challenge from day to day to write out your Assyrian and your ancient Hebrew on paper and just keep it as a note. And then you get better and better. Then you don't need the chart as much. Always refer to this chart because the Israelite School of UPK took the time to put this together. Refer to it, but put it and commit it to the memory up here. Commit it to your memory, man. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do here. Which one of these is correct? You know, if you have to, go through your notes. Look at your chart. We'll give you guys a few more seconds. If you have to, just take your time. You know. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Kazamar only one participating in class tonight. Come on. We'll give you guys about 15 more seconds. But he has an answer here. He wants to know which one. See, because he's looking through his notes. He's trying to say, which one of these is correct, man? Which one of these is right? You know. I mean, I realize some of you guys may be at work. I understand that. I got it. I understand that. And I appreciate you checking in class, too. All right? You know. Give you a few more seconds. Kazamar said the one in green. We're going to check to see if he's correct. You know, let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out which one is correct. Okay. So, what did he say? The one in green? Let's just make sure. Trooper Kazamar said, he said the one in green right here. Let's clap up for him. Okay, you can put the claps in the chat if you need to. But he's exactly right. Okay, Qadash. That is a Q. Qua, like if you would say Shasha Alawak Quabal. Ama. That Qua right there. Our general, his name starts with Q. That's why we call him General Q. You know? Okay? So, that's a Q. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like that. You know, that would be more like a, instead of the Q, that would be more like a, let's back it all the way up over here. And you have Abba Gada, Hawazaka, be more like a Ta. That word is a Ta right there. I mean, that character is a Ta. And then, you know, I'm not saying they look alike, it's just that, hey, it has a, it's not even necessarily a similarity to me, but some people may say, okay, it's enough to differentiate. That's the word I want to say. When you say qua, you know, that's a ta. So when we spell it on the board, when we say that's actually a ta, right there. But this is the qua, right there. That's the qua, okay? So he's right. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody else in the chat got it. You know, had to go get your coffee or whatever, I understand. Qadash. And then, of course, you have a D. This is a da here. A lot of people need to understand that's a da. That's a qua. And then, of course, this is the sha. You need to understand also, up here, that's a ta. This would be a za. Now that, I used to get this one confused too, because if you don't pay close attention or put your glasses on, that little slant in there and this one not slant and this, you know, hey man, what's going on here? Is that supposed to be like that? Yes. This T here is actually a za in the black example there. But down here it's a da, as we use the word, that da, that character is a da. And of course the sha on the end, there's not an ending character there, so it looks like sort of like a W, you know, but that's the sha. And this is a sha up here also, okay? So when we say the word Qadash, that's of course wrong right there, the one in black. And that's not the correct one. But of course the correct one is down here when you said that is a Q. That's a da, and that's a sha. So you said Qadash. Okay? Qadash. All right? And if we would write that in ancient, well, let's just write it. Let's write it in the ancient here. Let's write that in the ancient. Let's write this word in the ancient. Let's write a Q over here. Here's the Q. Looks like this. Qua. Like that. We've had that example before. Qua. Okay? In the Assyrian, in the ancient, Let me put it out here. Let me get this character. Ancient. In the ancient Hebrew, okay? In ancient Hebrew, qua, and of course you want to use a da. Well, the da looks like this, like a triangle. This in the ancient, okay? So far, over here on the chart, da, da, and of course the qua, way over here. Okay? That's what you want. Qua da, and then you want to say sha. Now here's something. Here's two characters that look just alike. This is the ancient. This is the Assyrian, but over here in the ancient, it looks like this. Like that. Don't that look just alike? It sure does. Over there, okay? Looks just alike, man. If you look on the board right here, sha. But one's the ancient and one's the Assyrian. Of course, this is the ancient. And of course, don't forget your connectors. As a matter of fact, let's do another exercise real quick here. Let's do a connector exercise. Y'all put on your thinking caps, okay? I'm going to use, see if you guys can see it. I'm going to use black and green. I think we can see that. I'm going to do some connectors going on here, all right? I'm going to do some connectors to see if you guys can understand it, okay? See if you guys can see which one is correct. Okay? There we go. Now, let's see if you guys can handle that. What I've done here is I have written in the ancient the word Qadash. 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 Which one of these connectors is correct in Qadash? The one in the black or the one in the green? Which one of these illustrations? Because remember, when we had the connectors right here. Remember, we had connectors like this, connectors, and we had like that. That right there was an independent connector. Okay? Then of course over here, we had connectors, we had a dependent connector. So I want you guys to tell me, this is a dependent right here. All right. When we've done this before, see if you paid attention early in class here, which one would be correct? Which one would be more correct? We're dealing with the ancient Hebrew here, of course. Which one is correct? The one in black, okay, or the one in green? As far as the connector is concerned, right? And if I'm putting on, remember we had an illustration earlier, so they shouldn't get confused on this. We have the upside down U is the independent connector right here. But the dependent connector is the U. So when you put the U up under some characters right here, that joins two sounds together. That's why it's called a dependent connector. Okay? So which one is correct? The one in black or the one in green? If you guys have any, and then you should have that, but if you have a trouble of trying to say Man, which one is that? Daquan wrote 1. Okay, good. Okay. We have some other, like I said, we got some other troopers up in class. Of course, we have Pagabawa, we got Sean, we have Kazamar, we have, who else we got in class here? Kazamar, and then we have Radazak. Okay? All right. So, in here, which one of these is the one, let's all put your thinking caps on, okay? Which one is the one in the black, that illustration, or the one in the green? Like I said, in understanding what you know about independent and dependent connectors connect sounds, or they don't connect sounds. Independent don't connect any sound. That's why it's independent by itself, man. But when you want to say dependent, we're going to use that little U, like this. We use the upside down U for independent, and the dependent use the regular U there. So which one is it? Y'all tell me. Give you a few more seconds here. Take your time. I mean, you know, it's like I said, it's not a right or wrong thing for you. I'll correct it in that sense. Okay? So let me know. Which one? That's what we're trying to get you to understand in Hebrew. Okay? Everybody participate. Not just a Kazamar, you know, a Shah, trooper, you understand? Pagabawa, Kashan, Razak. If you like to, you can participate, not a problem. Okay? To say again, what I'm trying to do is get you to see the connectors in the ancient Hebrew here. Which one of these illustrations is correct? The one in black or the one in green? Knowing what you know about the independent connectors, an upside down, and a dependent connector, you know, or the sound. How do you, if you want to put two sounds together, you would want to use this U here. So when you say Qadash, I'll repeat it again, okay? Here's the correct way. Here's the way I say it. Qadash. I don't say Qadasha. I don't say Qadasha. I say Qadash. Qadash, which means holy. Qadash, or you can use the word separate, but in this case right here, it's Qadash. Okay? Or the word Badalka. You know, Qadash. Qadash. All right? Which one? Let's see. Kazamar, you got it up in there? Let's see what you got. Kazamar says the one in black. Okay. Kazamar likes this one right here, the one in black. Okay. We'll wait a few more for people in the chat here. Okay. We'll wait a little bit more. All right. Gave you guys a few more seconds there. Few more seconds. See what you got. We got a few more words, you know. And I'll go over them. But Kazamar said the one in the black. That illustration right there seems to be the better sound when you sound out like Qadash. 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 I didn't say Qadasha. I didn't say Qadasha. Didn't say that. I said Qadash. Qadash. Just like that. That's got everything to do with how to enunciate the word. So that's like a, you know, it's a good way of looking at it. Kazamar said the illustration in black right here is the one more close to it. Okay? Give you guys 15 more seconds there. So you understand it. And of course, we've gone over these illustrations before in class, but it's good to keep your mind sharp. So when we start to write sentences like the Lord's Prayer, then we'll be able to understand and recognize how to pronounce things. You say Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malachuvka, Baba'ah. When we start breaking down the Lord's Prayer, and I'll write it on the board, and I've done it twice, and we're going to go over it some more. But you're going to have to start off with small words. Qadash, that's a small one. So, all right, let's see. Let's make sure we got what in the chat right here. Trooper Kazamar. Okay, good. He said the one in black. Let's clap it up for Trooper. Trooper Kazamar. He's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because the one in the black would be Qadash. Qua, independent connector. So we don't really need. Let's break this down here. This is in the ancient Hebrew. Because we have written the word in the Assyrian over here. But let's break it down in ancient Hebrew. We don't need that one on the bottom anymore. We know now that it's actually the one in the black. So that means when you have qua, that is an independent sound by itself. Qua. You don't want to say quada, because if you did that, that's what I had before, then you would have like this, quada. You don't want that. You don't, well, let's get that off the board here. We don't want that one. We don't want quada. We want Qadash. Qua, then we want to say dash. In other words, we want the da, which is the D. This is a da, right here. And that sha, which is the same as the Syrian sha, same sound, but it definitely is spelled a little different. I mean, the picture looks different, and that's what the characters look different, of course. And this is a sha. Okay? So, of course, we drop the A. You don't need it because if you have Qadash Sha'ah, Qadash Shah. You don't need it. Normally, you drop the last vowel sound there, or last ending letter there. Okay, so Qadash. Okay, and that spells that joins. Let's put this right here, like that, so you can see it. Okay, it's a little better. So when you say qua, and then you want to join the da and the sha together, and that will be dash. So that's pretty much how that is. That's how that works out. Okay, that's how that works. All right, Qadash. Okay. Now let's do. And matter of fact, we'll leave that one up here. Let's do another word here. Let's do another word here. Qadash got his mileage out of it. Glad you guys participating in class, for yourselves. All right. All right, let's do, let's see here. Do we want to do that? Do we want to do that? Yeah, let's do a word called Yawam. That means like day. If I say Yawam, that word's day. If you say like a word like Yawam, it means day. If you say call Yawam, it means like all day. If you had a word like call right here, that means all. So if you want to say all day, you would say call Yawam, or all day. So let's illustrate that. Let's do that in the ancient and the Assyrian here. Okay? Let's just illustrate that. We'll leave this connector up here. We'll write that word down here. CP. connector, dependent and independent. We'll put it over here. Oh, that wrong. There we go. Independent. Okay. So now you know what they look like. Okay. Of course, the Syrian, and of course, we have the ancient. All right. Let's do this word here, yawam. You know, listen, and we may even do call up here since we got it up here. We use the word like yawam, and the correct way to do it is let's just spell it out first. Let's you know, how does that go when you're saying Yah? You know, when you're using a word like Yah, you look up on your chart up there, you know, you come over here. Right here. Right there. That Yah. So let's go to it. We're going to do it in Assyrian first. Okay? Because I know I do ancient a lot, so let's just work on some Assyrian tonight also. A little bit. We'll do both. You know, if I had that one, I don't like the way that looks. Kind of like do it. It's kind of like, let's kind of like that. Something like that. I mean, that's the best I can do. Okay, so let's do it this way. Yah, that's the Yah right here. That's what we're trying to illustrate. Yah. We're doing the Assyrian. Okay? And we're going to say Wah. You know, you look over your church when you go over there, it just looks like this. Like that. Okay? You notice how this is way up here, and this was sort of like, not quite a stem. Let's put a little bit like that. It's you know, it's one of them tricky things there. Got just a small stem like that. You want. And of course, we're going to do this. In this case, I'll go ahead and give it to you. Because there's an ending character there, right here, because there's an ending character, we'll draw it in capital. We have to use an ending character here at the end. Y'all get the correlation, right? Like that. So that's the word yawam, which means day. Okay? That's the word yawam, okay? Which, that's how it looks. That's how it's spelled. Here's the ending character for it. And we'll concentrate on connectors for this right here. But the ending character, normally an M in Hebrew will look like this. Like that. Okay? But you don't want to use that because it occurs at the end. That's the illustration I'm trying to get you to understand here. And the M will look like that. So I don't want to misspell that. I want you guys to get that straight out and understanding. When you have Yawam, you don't need this. I mean, if you notice right here, you can see the little M up in there, and you have a little curl down at the bottom, little connector, but that's what it looks like. Did I do that right? Sorry, that's paleo. Salakia. Like this. I apologize. Salakia. Like that. What I was thinking here. Now, there. That's the M. That M right there is not the same look as this M in Assyrian. And there's a reason for that, because this is the M over here on the chart, right here, that occurs at the end of the end. Right there. You go straight up the chart, you see that M. Of course, I was drawing the Assyrian, the ancient right there, which is not the one you want, of course. All right, so we'll erase this in there, and we'll stay with this ending character right here, because that's what it is. And that is actually a ma. Then you have wa. This is a wa. And this is the ya right here. So what we have? Ya, wam. Yawam. Okay? So let's draw it. And out in the we did the Assyrian, let's draw it in the ancient. Let's use another color here. Well, we use all right, in the ancient, okay? So we have we want to do the same spelling, but we want to do it in the ancient. So when we do ya right here, it will look, you know, you're going to see that there's a difference here. So we're going to say ya like this. Got to draw it out like that. Ya. We're doing the ancient right here. Okay? We're doing the ancient Hebrew. You know, that's the original mother language, the mother tongue that Yahweh, okay, gave us. All right? Yahweh. So we say Yah. That's the same as this Yah here, but only they different in looks, and they're going to. Because this chicken scratch right here is what it is all it is. It's just Assyrian, that's what they gave us, but we have our same sounds, which is good. Okay? So we say, and then we have a wa, like that. Looks more like a Y. Yeah, and then we're going to illustrate the independent and dependent connect, so get your thinking caps on, okay? That's the reason why I just spelled this word out. Didn't want to confuse you on that one. Okay. Yahweh. Okay? Now we can put that other M in there. Right here. Yawam. Okay? And that's what the ancient, that's how this word looks like in ancient. Of course, we're not finished. We have to, that's a Yah. We're not finished. We have to put the independent dependent connectors. So let's put them there. Let's put some independent connectors there. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and lock it right there. Let's go ahead and do what the independent connectors look like here, okay? Let's go ahead and do it. Which one is it? The one in the black or the one in red? Okay? All right. Which one do you think? All right, let's see here. Let me move this over here so I can see what's going on in the chat. There. Okay. All right. In the ancient Hebrew, the lesson here is for the differentiation of characters. Of course, you know we have Yawam over here in the Assyrian, but in the ancient Hebrew, let's go over the lesson of independent and dependent connectors. Let's just go over that. Let's say, which one? I've written a set of connectors here, one in red and one in black. Which one? One up to the top here, one down to the bottom. Which one is correct? Knowing what you know, what we've done in the past, and of course in class right now, independent connector, we use an upside down U. I'm reiterating, going over this, okay? And the dependent connector, we use just a regular U. But the word is Yah. That's a sound on its own, Yah. Okay? and then or that's what I want it to sound like. So I want to say Yahwam. Yahwam, which means day in Hebrew. Okay? Yahwam. We carry our same understanding of the word. Yahwam always did mean day. Let's see. Trooper Kazamar, did you just write that? Yeah, he did. Okay. He said the one in black. That's great or that's not good. Let's see which one. Somebody else. Put it in the chat. Let's see if Akaz got it right. Challenge it. All right? See if Akaz got it right. So we say, and then of course the dependent connector, you know, the sound sort of depends on other sounds. So we say yawam. I mean, what does that sound like to you as far as connectors is concerned? You use that. And thus we go over this over and over again so people coming new in the class and people that have done it again. And the mother teacher is consistency of repetition. Being consistent. You know, repetition over and over and over again, man. You know, so we say in the ancient Hebrew, you know, yawam. Which one is correct? Kazimar says the one in black. Let's see if he's right. So who else got something in here? Yeah, he says the one in black. Yeah, of course. And of course, should I do the word? I may do call up there. Yeah. Let's see. We might have some room to do that one. Call. Yeah, we'll write it out here to the side. Let's see if we got room over here. We'll write it. I want to kind of put everything focused here in the middle here. Yeah, I guess we got enough room there. We'll do it. Let's get this one out of the way first, okay? All right. Then I'll write some characters up here that people get confused. When they read the Tanakh, a lot of people get some characters mixed up. They say, sir, which one is it? And I'll say, and I'll try to explain it to them. But I want you guys, that's why we go through meticulous lessons of understanding things. So when you see stuff like this, whether we do read the Tanakh in the ancient or the Assyrian, you have a lesson of understanding of either one. Okay? We give you guys 15 more seconds. Trooper Kaz says the one down here in black, but he says Yawam. Or is it Yawam? Which one is it? Is it Ya'am, Ya'am, Yawam, Yawam, Ya'am, Yawam? Which one is it? I say the word is Yawam. So which one do you think it is? Okay? All right, let's see. Trooper Kaz, what you got over there, my man? Let's see. All right, let's see. Trooper Kaz says the one in black, so let's clap up to him. Clap up for Trooper Kaz. Okay, exactly right. He's right. So let's erase the one in red here. Let's just put it up. Well, let's explain it first. The one in red is just something that I made up here. You don't want to ever say, not in this case, yam, ya, and then ya'am. You can't, on all of our reliefs, stones cut out, we have independent dependent connectors here. That's how we know what that is. So we don't want to say ya'am. We don't want to do that. Nah, man. We want to say Yawam. Like that. Yawam. In other words, I'll write it again here. We want to do something like this. We want to say Yawam. In other words, we want to, this is a Ya. This is a Wa. And that's a Ma. So if you join that together, if you join these sounds together, you would have to leave the ya independent connected. Independent. By itself. That's why we use the upside down U. Okay? It may even sound Monday. Let's see. Somebody else wrote in here. Ratazak said the one in black. Let's clap it up for him. Exactly right. Ratazak said the one in black. Okay? Exactly right. Okay? Yeah, you want to do that. That's what you want to do. So if we use the word Yah, you want to independently sound that out by itself, because I am sounding it out by itself when I say it. So I say, listen to me. Yawam, Yawam, Yawam. I never said Yawam. That's what I had in it. So you want to say Yah, and then when you hear that last one, what I normally do is find the dependent sound. What did they just say? Qadash. Qadash. Oh, I know that gotta be. So I put an independent U under there, you know, put a little U there, and then what's left over is, of course, in that case, the qua by itself, you know, independent. In this case right here, you have an independent ya by itself. And then, but you have wam, and that's what this is. Wam. The wa and the ba, you sound them together in the ancient Hebrew, and you get wam. And you'll see a lot of other words come together like that. And as you go on and on and on, it helps you to enunciate some of these words. So yam, we'll give you a chance to write that down here. Yawam, then we'll move on to something else here real quick. Yawam, okay? That's what you want. Okay? Give you guys a chance to write that down. But that's the lesson learned here. Yawam. So we want to say Yawam. You know, in the ancient. Of course, in the Syrian over here don't have connectors. All they have is the ending character, and that's right. That's what this is right here. Let's make sure I write that down. Ending. The 5 ending characters. This is one of them. So we write an ending character. So people, for their notes here, just for the sake of their notes, man. Right here. That right there. I don't like to draw arrows too much because people misconstrue that with something there. It can easily be misconstrued. So, but anyway, that right there is an ending character. Right there. Looks like a little square with a stem, or you know, that's in the Assyrian. That's what it looks like. Anyway, that's getting back to here. So we got room for the word call. So let's do that one. Call you one means all day, like you know, like call. So we have ka, the ka, like that. I think that's ka, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We're gonna write it in the ancient. We'll write it in ancient here. There's the ka, and of course there's the la. So it's call. So if you're gonna do that, so you want to write a dependent connector under that whole sound. It's not kala, it's call. Right here. Ka, call. That's a ka and that's a la. So you want to put those sounds together and you have the sound call or all. You know? So that's where we get that from. Call. Okay? So I'll let you guys write that down for a second here, and then we'll move on to some more words and understanding. All right? Okay? All right. All right, we'll leave the independent dependent up there because that's we'll hope you guys understood that word. See, you did because you guys participated, so that means you did. All right. Let's move to Okay. Now, let's move to another word here. Let's move to a word, you know, like heaven. Like we got two ways of heaven's like waters, you know, like the heavens above, where the Most High live. It's like the fifth dimension, man. It's a whole nother place. Terrestrial material. It ain't terra. It ain't a Ratazar, man. This is a whole, this is not the earth, you know, that's heaven, it's above. It's Shemayim. So we say, Shah. Okay? We say Shah, Ma. Right? Let me see if I spelled the spelling on this. Shemayim. Let's make sure we have the spelling on that one. Let me look that up for heaven. Let me make sure. Just lock it for a second. Make sure. We'll go through this if I'm going to use that word. Just lock it for a second. Trying to get through my notes here. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's not right. Okay. I think it's Shemayim. It's Shemayim. It's a I there. If I'm not mistaken there. I'll correct it later. That right? Okay. So we want to use the word Shemayim, which means, in this case, means heaven or the waters, you know? Or the Shemayims. There we go. Okay. Of course, to spell this, we're going to say Shah. We're going to use some, we'll use the Syrian this time on this word here. So, you know, like this, right there. Shah. And then we're going to use Ma. We're going to use the Ma. And we're going to use not that I. It's the wrong one. It's locked. I'm going to use this one. Shemayim. I think it's right. Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to use this right here. We're going to say the Yah. So we need this Yah. And then we're going to use the ending character, of course, right here. Shemayim. I think that's right. So we're going to use all the characters right here. We're going to say Shah right here in the ancient. Shah. Then we're going to say Ma right here. The Ma. Okay? We're going to have Ma. All right? And then we're going to have the I. Shammai. Right here, and we're still in the ancient here, okay? And then we have Yah, the little bird right there, the Yah, and then we have the ending character right here in here. Because ending character normally looks like, I mean, here actually there's an M. That M right there. As a matter of fact, let me write it in red here so you guys, this is good illustration. Good, let me put it in another color so you can see good illustration of the difference between the ending characters and not. Okay? Let's do this. Like that. You see, right, okay. You see the difference, like this M here. Yeah. This M here, boy, that's sloppy. We don't want to do that. Let's just do it. If we want to do it right, let's do it like this. Now we have Sha. Like if you write the number 6, it will be Sha, like Sha Sha, as one of the generals, Sha Sha, Sha Sha Alawam, Alawam, Slaki, Sha Sha Alawam. You know, that's like the 6-year-old general, man, Magan, Slaki. You want to say 6-year, you want to say Sha Sha Magan Alawam. You know, for general, that's a 6-year general. That's what that means. So you would use his first, when you say Sha, you want to say like that. Or you want to say if to give you, for instance, Sha right here. Like Sha, Sha Sha, which means 6 in Hebrew. Sha Sha. Okay? So we use that, and that right here, it looks like this. In this case, and over here, we'll use it in Paleo. Assyrian. We'll use Assyrian, and we'll use ancient here. 2 different illustrations of the understanding of what Sha looks like. And it's right here. So, I mean, it's close to the last character on each one. In the ancient up here, it's like a W. Down here, like a W, just a little glorified looking W, So, Sha Sha. So that's the first one. Then you have a Ma. Right there. Right there. That's a Ma. Okay? All right? And then you have an I. Then you have a Ya. Then you have a Ma. However, the difference is in these 2 Ma's, one occurs at the end. There's that ending character again. That ending character, man, that comes back to tell you that, hey, man, you can't put this M in red here over here. You can't do that. You gotta always. This is an Assyrian here. The Assyrian in Hebrew. You gotta say, well, which M do I put? Because in the Tanakh, you're not gonna see this M here, right there. You're not gonna see it. You'll see this M because it's an ending character. Matter of fact, it looks more like. Let's see. Looks more like. Well, I'm just kind of more like that. Something like that. Okay? Like that. Sort of like that. Right there. That's what it looks like. Okay? So you have the word Shemayim, which is heavens. Okay? Now if we were to write that, and we'll you guys write that in your notes. We'll write that down in let's see. We'll write that down. We got a little bit more time here. We'll write this down in let's write it down in the Paleo. Where is that? Where's mine? There it is right here. Okay. Not Paleo, but we'll write it down in the ancient. Salaki for saying Paleo. We're gonna write it down in the ancient Hebrew. Okay? And it's look more like this. Sha. That's the Sha. Then we have Ma. Remember this? Remember that M? Recognize that character there? We're in the ancient Hebrew, okay? Which carries with it connectors. Remember? Okay. All right. Then we have right there, the I. So forth we have Shammai. Shamayam. Okay. What else we got? Okay. Then we have a Ya. Okay. Looks like that. Looks sort of like a Z. That's what it looks like. Sort of laid down on its side. But in this case, you have an M. You don't need, you just write whatever M that's there. If you know, you got an M here, M there, and this, I mean, not that's there. You write the M because there's no ending character here in the in the ancient Hebrew. So we write this. We write another M. So we say like this. Just like that. That's the best way I can show you for understanding, okay? Shemayim. And this is the ancient man, and this is the Assyrian right there. So, but it carries with it. Now, we had ending characters right here, man. Over here we had an ending character, remember? Ending character right there for the Assyrian. But in the ancient over here, we have Shamayim. So we're going to need some connectors. So let's break this down here real quick. Let's break it down. Let's see which one we get you guys participate here. Okay? Let's see if you guys participate. Which one is correct? Okay? Let's see. Let's see which one. Let's see which one. Let's see if you guys understand. You know, as class ends here, we got one in black. Then I'm gonna write one in green here. Okay, so let's see. Let's see which one is correct. Let's see which one is correct here. Which one? Take your time, guys. Take your time. Which one of these? This will be probably one of our last words here. Take Shemayim, heavens. You know, which one? Which one? Next week we're gonna have an interesting class also, like we've had. We're probably gonna go over the numbers, and we're gonna go over some the numbers and counting system. We may even go over the 18 nations. You know, write those out. We will have a mixture of them. We may go over the Lord's Prayer, so make sure you tune in for class, okay? Participate. But which one of these is the black or the green? When you say Shemayim, the word heaven, Shemayim. Shemayim. Which one? Take your time. Write that out. Take the time and write out which one you think it is. In the chat. Shemayim. Okay? Black. Take your time and write that out. Okay? Okay? Let's see. We have Trooper Kazamar said the one in green. I think, did you say that? Would you Kaz? Yeah. And we're waiting on some other people to participate in the chat right there. Okay. You said the one in the green, and then of course there's one in black. Which one of these is correct? If I want to say Shemayim, you know, knowing what we, like I said, to reiterate over and over again, knowing what we know about independent and dependent connectors, man, you know, which one? Which one of those? Which one of those is good? Knowing what we know. Shemayim. Take your time. Write that down. You know. You guys take your time. Write that down. Which one you think is the for the for the ancient Hebrew? And that's what this that's what this is. This is the ancient Hebrew. Because the one up top, we've gone over that. That is the Assyrian Hebrew, what we learned in captivity. But the Most High has given us originally the ancient Hebrew, man, the ancient Hebrew, okay? That's what that is. In fact, it's what it says on our chart, the ancient Hebrew language, okay? So we say Shemayim. Shemayim. Which one that is? Which understanding? When you use the dependent connectors, we say Shemayim. Which connectors fit? The one in green or the one in black? One of those is good. You know, and it's just like I said, we want you guys to just take your time. Which one? Give you guys some more seconds here because it's toward the end of the class. I want you guys to understand, really understand what's going on here. Okay? Which one do you think? Take your time. It's been fun having class, man. We've steadfast in doing what we're supposed to do here on the board and to learn the ancient language and the Assyrian Hebrew. You know, you guys are good participators, and I appreciate it. Officer Qadash is always interested in learning and always interested in sharing, and that's what we're here. That's why we're here. And under Commanding General Yohana, Isupk. Of course, we had one of the generals on board with us tonight, and we're more than happy to have General Kobal Amath. You know, Shashamagan Alawak, Kobal Amath, Adawan. We're more than happy to have him on board each night, you know. So that's what we got. That's what we got going on, man. Which one of these is correct? The one in the black, and we'll give you guys 15 more seconds to understand that. All right? Which one do you say? And I learned that it culminates into our understanding. Which one is correct? You know, take your time. You can change it or you can put it down. It doesn't matter. We give you guys, this is your time, your seconds to put down something down. It's like, you know, like a mock test, but you know, it's not going to go against you. It's for your learning, your admonition, for your understanding. So when we say, Shah, my, yum, which one is it? How do you break that down when it comes to connectors? Independent, upside down. Independent sound by itself, man. That sound by itself. Just you put this upside down U right here. But when you want to join sounds together, to reiterate, like we start off in class, and to understanding Hebrew characters and to differentiate those characters and what they look like, and also the independent connectors, and also the ending characters in Assyrian. You know, we've gone through a lot tonight. You know, so, but which one do you think is correct? And we're gonna correct you, or we're gonna put it in. We're gonna give it to you in a detailed understanding. Okay. Give you guys a few more seconds here because we got other people in the chat. Because we know some people they may be doing some other things around the house. They may be at work. Ain't no telling. I don't want to interfere with anything that you guys are doing in that sense. But write it down. A few more seconds here, and then we'll give you the answer. Which one? Because it's going to be the black one or the green one. In other words, if you look under, is that Shemayim or is it Shamayim? So, Trooper Akazamar, he said, Shamayim. I'm saying the word is Shamayim. 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 The answer is how I say it. Shamayim. Heavens, waters, above. You know, heavenly material, man. Celestial. Shamayim. Okay? Let's see what you got over here. Trooper Kaz, you said the one in the green? Okay, let's investigate here. Let's see. See if he's right. Let's investigate this here. Well, the one in the green, if I would say that, Trooper Kaz, that would be Sham, like that. You know, just in case, that's what I was trying to write. Sham, and then I would write I by itself. Shamai, and then I would say Yum. Say Shamayim, Shamayim. But I want to say Shah, I want to say the one in the black. That would be more close to the correct way of saying it. So I would say the one in the black in this case. You know, I would say Shah by itself. Shah. Then I would say my. Then I would say Yum. So I would do it that way. Shamayim. In other words, I would do, it would be like independent sound on Shah. You don't want to say, I mean, you know, you don't want to say Sham. You want to say an independent sound on Shah. So we say independent and upside down U right there. Shah. Then I want to join the my, the M and I together. My. Then I want to say Yam. So I want to say Shah, my, Yum. I don't want to join all this three together. Shum. I don't want to do that. I want to say Shamayim. Shamayim. You want to say Shamai. That's the difference. Other than that, you gotta, you know, you guys are doing very well in class, and you got those, got some things going on there, and did very well in class. Okay, and that's gonna, so you'll understand how that's written. Okay. All right. Let's just there we go. Shemayim. That's the word. Shemayim. Kind of hard to erase this off the board today. People's sticky fingers, man. Putting a solution there. Okay. All right. Now, good. So we got a good clean board there. Okay? So I hope you guys understood. Class, let's see here. We don't really have time really for, it's 8:56 here. We don't have, we got 4 minutes in. What we're going to do is we're going to go over our security announcements, okay? So bear with me. Hope you guys had an understanding of class, and tune in next Friday for Lashawan Qadash class with Officer Characterscharacters out of Simpsonville, South Carolina here, Greenville area, okay? So we're gonna read some security announcements, all right? The security announcements. We're the Isupk, start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for the brother sister. When a brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits. For 6 months, they are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months, period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. The priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, and upholding convocations are on the back here. And it's coming up here real soon here. We have the Feast of Dedication, man, Hanukkah. Come join us here in the Greenville area, Simpsonville. in South Carolina, okay? 25th day, the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, the 25th day. Instead of this Thanksgiving mess that people are doing, I just want to say this sidebar. Instead of this Thanksgiving mess that people are doing, join us in our Hanukkah, man, because Thanksgiving is not our day. But the Feast of Hanukkah dedication is, okay? The 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. Sunday, 28th November, 2021. So make your plans. For 8 days, First Maccabees 4, 52, and 61. Okay, so make your plans for Hanukkah, okay? November 28th, all right? And we're going to remind Akim and Akwak to check the bulletin board in the hallway over there. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black and all boots. All black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Okay? For that we say, Shalom.